So yeah, what do you guys do at your house? We like to debate. This is a debate household.
That is good. It's very good.
So we were just debating on what will happen if some tomfoolery goes on with the election and you're unable to determine a clear winner.
Yeah, the president stays sitting.
No,
Yeah, the current president stays
that's
sitting.
not the no, the Constitution does not address anything regarding election issue as far as for who will be running the country while it's unresolved.
Yeah, no, the president. There has to be a change of command. You know, so the sitting president cannot
Why
leave
does it
the
have to be a change of command?
because that's the way it's always been.
No.
Yeah, if the country
That's
fails,
because there hasn't been it. That's it's always been that way because that specific issue has never come up.
yeah, but in the military happens the
That's
same
just
thing.
the way it
In
is.
the no, in the military happens the same thing. So if I have a commander who's
I am
gonna
so
replace
sick of
me,
you and Diesel with the military. The world is not the military, okay?
yeah, but the president is the president is the commander in chief, so he cannot leave his
Okay.
post. He cannot leave his post without being properly relieved. So, and how the American people define, find the replacement for that individual is by through vote.
So that what, but I'm specifically referring to election issue. If there's an undeclared winner, if they're not able to determine who a winner is by the time a president is to be sworn in,
Okay.
the question was who will then take over. My dad assumed that it would be the Speaker of the House because the Speaker of the House is third in command. However, the Constitution, the 25th Amendment, does not address when there's election issues. It only addresses if the president
If the president is ill,
the duty. But in that scenario, there's no president.
yeah, I don't think that's correct. I think that the president will stay sitting until the president is duly elected. You're frozen now, Diesel. By the way, you are frozen.
Maybe it has ADD.
So I was on my way to the house. I have a good story for today's show. You know, something that happened to me, something very dramatic.
Well, we know your truck got sold. I mean, your truck is pretty sweet, so that sounds pretty dramatic to me, or traumatic to me.
Oh, you know the
I'm hurting. I'm hurting over you not having that truck because that truck looks so sweet.
Jesus. One second.
Like, I wish I was balling like that. I get it. That truck looks tight.
Diesel, you ready? I have to remove that Diesel out of the chat because it was like frozen for some reason. Guys, we're gonna get there. We're gonna be live in a couple minutes. We are waiting on Diesel right now to get his camera ready. But yeah, Lisa, I think that the president will stay seated, until the replacement comes. Well, when that replacement will come in 2024, because in 2020, baby, we are winning.
I don't think so.
I think so. Did you see
Especially with the new information that came out.
what new information?
Mm-mm. Well, you know that there's that big push for mail-in ballots, right?
Yeah. Guess what?
the Postal Workers Union endorsed Biden.
Good. Good for them.
The fix is in. The fix is in.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, those mailing ballots is what this is gonna happen. You know, this is what I think. I think the if we go through the mailing ballots, the president is gonna say, nope, it was rigged. Biden will say, no, it wasn't. If Biden let's say that he wins all the states, you know, the and then they're just gonna be in litigation until 2024. So Biden will never put foot on the White House. You know, you see litigation after litigation after litigation. If that comes to you know, this is my point. If people can go to Walmart, okay, and do their line with their mask, people can go to Kohl's, people can go to Target, people can go to Burger King, people can go to McDonald's, people can go anywhere, you know, with a mask and with a line to do the groceries. I mean, to do this and that. Take your ass with your mask and vote. That's what I'm thinking. But hey, Diesel, we are waiting for you. You wanna just go without Diesel?
You sound very like crackly, or
Yeah, I don't know. My microphone pretty good. At least right here. Let me make sure that your audio is good. Audio test. No, it's pretty good.
sounds like a blown out speaker. That's what it sounds like.
You serious? I looks pretty good right here. Okay, output speakers. Mic. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yep. Now you sound perfect.
No, I sound perfect.
Now you sound perfect.
Yeah, it's the automatic adjust volume. So that was it. Okay, let me call this one more time. Oh Jesus. And he is nutting. So let me fix your real quick. One more time.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Got you here. Boom. Nice. Let's start the show. What's going on, my sex YouTubers, and welcome back to RickyTube365. My name is Rick, and this is your channel, guys. Today, we're gonna be talking about why blacks are routinely excluded from becoming jurors in the courthouses. I don't know why this is an issue. I don't know why people believe this is happening in America. But what I know is that Diesel brought this subject right now, and for some mysterious reason, he is
Because he's a
going.
lefty.
He
He's a lefty, and he thinks everything is being done to black people.
so do you think that you know in the 20th century when we have 21st century, you know, it's 2020, where we have George Floyd being buried in a golden casket. I'm just saying, you know, where I'm sorry, where is my Hispanic privilege? You know,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna I'm serious, you know. So this is what I'm saying, okay? All I want for my funeral. Oh, somebody's calling. Somebody's calling. Diesel is calling. One second. One second. Diesel is calling. Let me see. Join because you kicked me. Hey, Diesel, you there? Yeah, it said I can't join because you kicked me. Let me see. Let me take a look, man.
Probably deserved
Let
it.
me invite you. Mark Letran, invite. I'm sending you an invite right now. Yeah, I accept it. Join with video, and it gives me a. Let me see. It says you are unable to rejoin this meeting because you were previously removed by the host. You have to restart a new meeting. Okay, let me Lisa, I'm gonna do a new meeting so Diesel can join. New meeting, guys. Okay. Anyway, what do we have here? What do we have here? Are we going? So what do you guys think about that? You think it's this is the 20th century. I've been thinking about not just golden casket. I want I want the space shuttle. That's what I want. I want space shuttle. I want I want my I mean it's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you guys. Let me see if I can get those guys back on online right now.
All
It's
right.
gonna take a little bit of time, guys, for you guys to join the thing again. Okay, almost there.
Can you hear me?
Lisa, you are
Yes, we
there.
can hear you.
Okay, let's see if I can get Diesel now. Diesel, are you there?
I'm gonna have to jerry rig this stand.
Where the heck?
We say MacGyver it. You got to MacGyver it.
Who's we?
Us regular folks who
Okay.
watch MacGyver.
I watched MacGyver.
I watch MacGyver too.
So you say you MacGyver it. You got to MacGyver it.
No, I still say jerry rig.
MacGyver it.
I'll say jerry rig.
I don't know who Jerry is,
Well,
but I know who MacGyver is.
when you see me rig it, you'll.
We got it. Okay, guys. So we're back. Let's go back. Let's go back to my funeral, okay? Because we were talking about funerals before all the calls drop. So I want my own funeral. I want to be launching a spaceship to the moon. That's what I want. I mean, if it's 2020, if we
What
can
did I get invited into?
if we can get people on golden caskets, I mean, what can we do for a fellow veteran right here? So I wanna be sent on a ship all the way to the moon. Orbit the moon twice.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And then on the way down, and this is gonna be all done by Tesla. You know what I mean? By the dragon, whatever thing they got.
Yes, the dragon.
Yes, and then I wanna be incinerated, and then on the way down to Earth, right there on the ozone layer, I want my ashes to stay in the ozone layer.
Okay, so we could kill 3 birds with one stone. How about the next time a rocket goes into space, we strap your corpse on the outside. That way, when it hits the outer stratosphere, it will disintegrate, thus making the ashes fall.
No, but the thing is, I don't get
Boom.
the orbits to the moon. I need to get the orbits to the moon twice. Yeah, guys, we are once again.
Am I in the right place? Like, what are we talking about?
For
We're
some
talking
reason.
about jurors, believe it or not. And I have no idea why we're talking about jurors.
Hold on. You don't know why we're talking about juries? Jurors? That's what
Jurors,
you're saying?
yeah, because that's a 5 minute conversation. But go ahead.
What's the 5 minute conversation about? Go ahead, let me hear it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's your topic, and I'm already ready with my rebuttal to shut it down.
I was looking into already too. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough for you
Okay.
Diesel today.
Hey, so first and foremost, okay, if you guys go ahead, we're gonna post the link in the description below. Okay, the video is very it's a nice little satire video. I'm gonna be real. Certain things he says about it is pretty funny. But we have some real facts in there. The fact that if you pull up the video, there is a DA. He's actually explaining on how to pick juries and where to stay away from. You don't want to have intelligent black folk on the jury. He also stayed away from younger black females. And he was he was referring to them as blacks. We want to stay away from blacks that are intelligent. We want to stay with young black women, whatever. So it's very knowledgeable. Also, how they pick. So let's say I believe one of the cases the guy was talking about, he said that they excluded the female because she wore a bubble jacket. And we're like, what? So I didn't know that it goes unregulated like that. Like people can just not people, but when they pick the juries, they can excuse it for like stupid reasons.
Mm.
Not the fact that this person has relations with the defendant or something like that. For excusing him for a bubble jacket, I didn't know they could do that, but apparently that's being done. So,
Yes. Yes, it
and
is.
so that's really what I want to touch on is the fact of how is this going unregulated and no one's really saying anything about it? Because I remember I had jury duty, but I was in the military. I think you get excluded for jury duty because all you have to do is show your commander, and he'd be like, "Nah, you in the military." But in the video, it also shows like a 6-year-old or a 9-year-old boy. He gets a letter saying that he has jury duty.
Okay.
So they said that there's a program that they have that it goes by alphabet, and this is supposed to not discriminate. But even after they get picked, then the prosecutor or whoever who runs the jury, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
They each get their round of selections.
Yeah, so they get their round of
Yes.
selections and they get to. It's so the justice system in itself is a farce to me. But when I heard that they got excluded for like simple like what you're wearing, yeah, I was
The
like,
justice
no.
system, you say, is a farce
It's not.
when it comes
To
to
me.
when it comes to
I
jury
said-
selection,
Time
as a whole,
No, I said to me.
as a
To
whole,
me, when
or
it
when
comes
it
to
comes
that.
to select jury.
Yes, select jury.
Oh,
Select jury.
okay. Yeah.
It's not a farce. So the reason why it's not regulated is because it's against the defendant's constitutional rights to a fair jury. First of all, what makes it fair is that they get to select who they want. So unless you are willing to violate somebody's rights, you're not regulating a jury.
So
and
wait.
secondly,
What? So the fact that they say that again?
they have a right to a fair trial. That includes the jury. To make it fair, they get to select their jury. So unless you want to violate the defendant's rights, it's not going to be regulated,
I mean, how
taking away their fairness.
how is that possible? I mean, the lawyers, both lawyers and the judge selects the jury. How is that an issue right now? I
The
mean, I
judge
don't know.
doesn't select the jury.
Judges,
But now
the
let me
lawyers
go
and the
back
judges
to
select the juries.
the judge does not select the jury. The defense attorney and the plaintiff's attorney select the jury.
The judges select it.
So, anyways, the judge doesn't select the jury,
My wife also works at the courthouse. You know,
and she says the judge selects the jury.
both attorneys and the lawyers and the judges select the jury.
The judge doesn't get around. The judge doesn't get around. The judge has to be impartial. The judge doesn't get around.
I don't know. We need an expert vote on this. You know, I don't know. I just told you what I've been
I mean,
told.
this is good that we're even bringing it up as a topic.
The judge can
Influence?
make a decision in lieu of a jury.
What does that mean?
So that means somebody can waive their right to a jury trial, and then they just have to plead their case solely to the judge, and the judge is the final arbiter.
So aren't we do the due diligence of having our what is it when I'm coming on the trial? I'm supposed to be a pair of my juries, right? Or a pair. That's how you say
Yes,
it?
but what makes
Peer.
it fair is that the defendant gets to choose. And the reason why you can discriminate, well, not even discriminate. It's not. It is profiling. It is profiling,
I'm listening.
and it's needed because overall, what type of person would wear, generally speaking, a bubble jacket?
If it's cold outside, then that's me who was wearing a bubble jacket.
So
I
the
di- I
judge,
didn't know-
Someone
the
who
judge
may not
acts
be
as a
able to
referee
grasp.
when these topics when something happened between those two lawyers. If there's a discrepancy, the judge is the one that makes the last call. When he's
He
to
acts
select,
as a referee.
kind of, yeah.
He doesn't pick anybody though.
He doesn't pick anybody, but between the two lawyers, when they select the jury,
He acts as a judge.
if it's a situation, he acts as a, as a judge.
As
Yes.
the judge.
So they had a case in there, and they were talking. Oh, what were you saying, Lisa? Go ahead.
I was going to say a person, generally speaking, of course there are exceptions, but generally speaking, someone who would typically wear a bubble jacket may not be the person that would be able to grasp complex ideas, especially if the case is very sophisticated. It comes down to like, what do you call it? Like a forensics accountant, and you're talking about numbers and numbers and numbers, or some sort of complex DNA issue where you have to explain something in great detail. So, yeah.
And the fact of a bubble jacket says that you cannot. A bubble jacket says you don't have the mental fortitude.
Generally speaking. I said, generally speaking, of course, there are exceptions. So the one time I had jury duty, I was 19 years old. I figured that the case was going to be a drug case because there was a couple of drug cases that came in. And I went in there wearing a tight skirt with slits on each side and some knee-high, high-heel boots. And I got excused. And it was intentional.
Okay, this is this. I mean, if I, just gotta think about this. These attorneys and these lawyers, they sit down before the case starts. They sit down to depositions, and then and they have a very good understanding of where the case is going. I mean, they know if a case is gonna be won or lost before the actual case starts. I mean, most attorneys are smart like that. I think that's why they make that much money. But I mean, let's go back to the subject, guys. I think the subject of the video today is a jury will why people of color or black people are routinely excluded from becoming jurors. I don't see. I mean, I think the only people that will complain about this will be people that are black who went to court and they end up being guilty, and then there was only 3 black Americans in the jury. It takes only one person to change the outcome. So those individuals, I mean, I need some proof, Diesel. This is your topic.
How does it take one person to? You talking about for a hung jury? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that this is a non-issue because the defendant gets to choose their juror. So if your attorney is excluding black people, then take it up with your attorney.
What is it?
I mean, I don't think it's a race issue.
You don't think this
especially since the defendant chooses the jury.
Because if what you're saying, Lisa, is correct, and then this is the way I'm getting this. If this is not a big issue, or this issue is not being exploited yet by social media, like Black Lives Matters, because those kind of issues are real, not issues, because only 9 people got killed last year from, what I mean? So we can probably make this an issue. We can start on nonprofit and we call it Black Jurors Don't Matter, and we start a campaign. I mean, before we start on nonprofits. We sell some shirts, couple hats. Before you know it, Candace Owens is gonna be talking about us like, "Hey, there's one guy. Now there's 2 guys and a chick over there at the start of this show on YouTube. Now they got these Black Jurors on Matters." And I think it will give us some money. What do you think?
I will disassociate myself.
Come on, after you see the millions, rolling, like those guys of Black Lives Matters, they collected 50 million in one weekend. 50 millions, God damn it, man. They got it good. They got it good. But anyway,
Did you see all them black jurors on the O.J. Simpson trial?
Oh, you saw that? That's the picture for today's vlog. You know.
And what was and the consensus was that black people in the video that I showed shared is they wouldn't be able to, just because the person was black, they would say, "Oh, he's innocent." They wouldn't look at the evidence, and so that's why they were picking.
Just like they did with OJ.
We looked at the evidence. The evidence was all messed up. The evidence was tampered, was it not?
No, there was actually interviews of jurors, and they specifically said, "I don't care what the evidence says. He's black. We going against the police.
Let me see it.
And so we gonna make him innocent."
Let me see that. Let me see that then.
Then you could just look up any documentary. I don't care if you don't believe me.
I don't believe it. What's your source? I don't believe it. You just talking up all.
There are lots of documentaries on the O.J. Simpson trial. Feel free to check one out.
And the black jurors are saying, and the black jurors are saying,
yes,
we don't care what the evidence state.
Yes.
And this is before this is after they made their after they came up with their
this is after. Yes.
Hey guys, I want to let you guys know. I want to let you guys know.
Consider the climate of LA at the time.
I know the climate of LA at the time, but
okay,
we're talking about picking jurors, and you're telling me that this was a thing. So,
okay,
all right, even though if it is a thing,
do you know
even if it is a thing,
the case
the fact
wasn't
of the
even
matter,
heard. The case wasn't even heard at the correct courthouse. They petitioned it to be moved to downtown, and why? Because they wanted to get a pool of black people. Those people were not even a jury of his peers.
Even if it's a thing, okay? Even if it's a thing, the justice system can still be manipulated, and that's what we're talking about.
It makes sense.
That's an example of it being manipulated.
100%.
Okay, we're talking about
that was an example of it being manipulated. It was manipulated because the defendant, because again, everything is supposed to favor the defendant. That's
Lisa,
how you get a fair trial. Is you favor.
You're incorrect, Lisa. You're incorrect. You're incorrect. I think this is a real issue. This is a real issue, and it needs national attention.
Oh my gosh, it is not a real issue.
It needs national attention, and we're gonna provide that attention.
In Beverly Hills,
listen.
They petitioned it to be moved
in
to
this
downtown
TV show right
so
here, in this YouTube video, I am claiming
yes.
today, August 17 of 2020, the hashtag BJM for Black Jurors Matters, and I am claiming the website blackjurorsmatters.com, and I'm claiming the nonprofit organization belongs to with this video for the record. I swear and attest, so help me God, I will represent. This is an issue, Lisa. I am doing it. This is an issue. I'm doing it. I am doing it. Just think about it. Just think about it. The whole system is rigged. I mean, it's rigged. You know. So if you belong to Black Lives Matters, you know, the organization, and you want to send us a couple millions so we can start, you know, grassroots. You know, grassroots. Please, RickyTube365@gmail.com. This is an issue. I'm changing. I'm voting for Biden tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Now here we go.
Think about it, Lisa. We can become rich.
No.
Riches.
No.
Are we live? Are we still live?
Money is
Are we still live?
No, I think somebody should cut us off. Let's go ahead and cut us off now.
No. We
there's only 2 people watching, and one of them is me.
I am the second person. I'm the second person. Is the video live? Let me make sure that the video is still live, you know?
The video is live, but I mean, the topic, I just tell y'all in the messenger, the topic is kind of.
I think that the message is positive, you know? And
how is it? Yeah. It's no way the topic is crazy because we were talking about aliens, and you're not a professional of aliens. Since when did you become?
People love aliens. Hold on. People love aliens.
Yeah, the people that you hang out.
That's why we had a lot of people watching.
Get out of here.
That's why we had a lot of people
watching.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Whereas right now we only have 2 people, and one of them is.
How do you know people love aliens? How do I know? You don't even talk to people.
Because for starters, there are so many shows about aliens.
Oh my god.
And there's a reason why they keep making them.
I wanna revisit, Lisa. I wanna revisit that topic.
Nobody's making shows about jurors.
I wanna revisit the topic
They
on
definitely
Wednesday.
made the OJ show. They definitely made it.
Anyway, so this is what I'm saying. We can make some shirts, couple hats. BJM. It's gonna be a hit. Trust me.
Oh my god! I hope we're moving on soon.
Okay, let's. If you guys go ahead, if you look at the video, it was pretty informative. You just do your fact checking, of course.
Philly Prado Gaming,
So
what's
are you
going
number
on?
three- are you
Welcome
the
to the
number
chat,
three
man.
person now?
Say again.
Oh, no, we have somebody. All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Philly Product Gaming. Thank you.
Hey, when she does her, hey, what is your next topic gonna be?
We're talking aliens next Wednesday. I think that's what you want to
Oh
do.
my
No,
goodness.
I'm not doing topics anymore. Alright,
Aliens
so-
lives matter. That's a real issue. Put me
Alien
down
lives
for
matter.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Oh my god. But
You know
no,
what?
just go ahead and look at the video. It's pretty good. And when you think about it, it also comes into when you're dealing with people inside of like inner cities. You know what I'm saying? If you're discriminating against someone who had bubble jacket and you're talking about a murder, because I think that's what the trial was about. It was a murder trial. It wasn't no
Okay.
complex of rocket scientists, whatever she wants to make it into.
A lot of complex things come up in a murder case, but go ahead.
Go ahead. What are the complex things that comes in a murder case?
There's a lot of things like
Go ahead.
like what do you call those dogs? The
Hmm?
cadaver dogs, and how they hit on something, but there's no body. That has to be explained, and it has to be believable. That the
Excuse me?
science to a cadaver dog.
So you're saying that the dog can smell something, which is residue, right, of a body, correct?
But if there's no body,
So then you
or if the
use
body wasn't
chemicals.
found there,
Use chemicals to reveal a blood trail. I've lifted
you're
fingerprints.
skipping the whole chain.
I've
You got to
lifted.
get to the chain.
I physically lifted fingerprints from a crime scene using.
Congratulations. Using a
Well,
cadaver dog.
you tell me how complicated a murder scene is. Go ahead. You just use the cadaver dog. That's
to
how
explain the
complicated it is?
science to explain the science of a cadaver dog. Yes.
Wait a second.
I don't. Have you watched trials? Like they don't have court TV
So,
anymore.
Are we
that
talking?
stuff.
Are we talking that we're gonna have black Americans being jurors on the death of a dog?
No,
What's going on?
a cadaver dog sniffs for dead or decaying.
Oh, a cadaver
body.
dop, like doing
It's
a job.
trained.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's trained.
the dog
It's
was the
trained to-
cadaver.
Yes, it's trained.
Oh,
Yes.
No, first of all, if once again, okay. So
I mean-
It's the same. They have to explain it the same way as if somebody went and bought their speeding ticket, and the argument is about the actual
okay.
what do you call it? The radar gun itself.
So let me explain.
Have you
something.
ever
Let me
have you
explain
ever
something.
seen
Are you
anybody
listening?
do that?
Can you
let
hear
me
that?
explain something to you, right?
Can you hear that?
So whenever you do or you're presenting something in a court of law, you have to break it down to the simplest terms.
Can you hear that?
I have to be able to.
No shit.
Okay, so if I'm reading something to you, right? If I'm reading something to you, you have to be able to. What I'm reading to you, it's going to be so basic that you're going to understand it. I'm breaking it down Barney style to you. So if you're telling me if a female is wearing a
Physics is not basic.
say again,
If it was a vehicular
think-
manslaughter
what's
case,
not basic?
I
and
think the
you
cadaver
actually
dog is
have to
more.
talk and you have to talk about physics. Physics is not basic. You can't dumb down physics.
When did we go from cadaver dog to physics? What are we talking about?
I'm
What are we
giving you
talking about?
another
Like,
example.
are we going to stay on
I'm
topic?
we
giving
hearing
you
or is it just-
another.
First of all, even if it,
Yes, I'm
even,
giving you another example.
even if I'm
of how
talking about
things can get
physics,
complicated
even-
in the courtroom.
even if I'm talking about physics, I'm going to have examples. I'm going to lay it out. because not everyone on the jury is going to be a physician.
You cannot have.
Or,
You can't.
What are we talking?
You can't have examples because examples are irrelevant to the current case at hand.
What are you talking about? If you have an example of what gravity, if you look at it, if you say this is what gravity does to a knife, this is an example, and then you put a body, or you put something that's similar to a body composition.
Your Honor, this example is not this particular case that we're discussing.
Obviously, you've
objection,
never been to
Your Honor.
The dog has been barking for like the last 2 minutes.
You've never been to court. No, you've never been to court, because what really happens in court,
I know how to. I do everything up until the point you go to court.
Okay, then. So in the courtroom, which I've been in,
I interview. I do everything.
I've done that
up into arguing the case in court.
So
I have done everything but be the actual.
If I was to talk about what a 5.56 does to a human body, okay, I'm going to present examples. I'm going to show, because they have it on Sports Science. You ever heard of that show? Sports Science, they show this is a gelatin body. This is a 5.56 round.
Sorry, is Sports Science allowed in a court of law?
Okay. You're obviously you're all hopped up on Mountain Dew apparently, so
you hear that?
You literally won't see the truth, and talking to you is literally like an objection in itself. So next topic.
So 1 second. Okay, so I'm in the middle right here. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from all this argument, is that in the event that a dog is selected for jury, he will replace a Black American from the jury because of dog privilege?
Wearing a bubble jacket.
Wearing a bubble jacket.
That is correct.
Oh my God.
That is correct.
I mean, Philip Pro Dog Gaming is saying that there's statistical proof that the system is not fair, and then correct. This is like saying, hey, we have proof, that, the math is too difficult. We have proof that social studies is we have proof that running is too hard, that is not proof, if you're gonna saying, hey, I have this statistical proof about this kind of relation between juries, courthouses and Black Americans, and you say daddy, and you say 1, 2, and 3 like Lisa is doing, I think that you will have a better case than just saying, I think maybe there's proof. So Philip Proto, come on, fight, shoot something rather, brother.
You want statistics?
I want proof. Okay, I don't.
No. What is considered proof to you?
Okay, so let me tell you something. So proof to me, because anybody can. Do you know how surveys are done? I have done surveys for my college, and then I can swing the tail, right or left as I want, just based on the group that I decide to do the study on, Mm-hmm. So I don't want just numbers. For me to believe something, I just want a reputable source to say this is the proof, and then I want to have 2 other people that says, and we corroborate that. It's like every time you do a study, you need to have something called peer review.
Got it. So where does the peer review say that there's 18% of Hispanics now compared to whatever percentage is in Black people? Where's the peer review on that?
That's a census.
That would be census.
So it's the census.
Okay,
hold up. That's very serious.
Hold on.
People send the numbers, and after they send the numbers, there's people that make sure that those numbers are correct.
So who is the peer review
other people
for the numbers?
Make sure that the initial people that check the numbers are correct. So
okay, you're saying that, but who are they? You saying that there
people
are
that work at the census.
That, but where are the people? Okay, the census.
Yeah,
got it.
So that's not a statistic.
You said
that's just a paper trail, counting how many people check a box. And you can check a box various different ways. You can check a box through Medicaid, through the DMV, through the census itself,
Oh,
through getting a job. So that's just simply a paper trail. That's a count.
so the human error. So when they did the recount of the famous presidency in Florida, was that not just a count? Wasn't that just a paper trail? Wasn't a human error in that too?
Sure. Are you trying to say that there's more Black people than Hispanics?
I'm trying to say if he wants to lean on the fact that that is what his proof is based off of the Census Bureau, which is
I think census.gov is a reputable source.
okay, that's a reputable source, but he said peer review. That's
They-
what he
they
said.
do-
He said
they
get
do
it from a
receive peer
reputable
review.
or he said get it from a reputable whatever. I can't say this. Get it from a reliable source and
Yeah.
then peer review. So who is peer reviewing the census?
I mean, you can peer review somebody within your own organization. You know that, yeah. But
Okay.
you gotta have credentials. You know.
That we wouldn't have access to that.
So
data.
how could you, based off of what you're underlining, this is what proof means, is it has to come from a credible source and it has to have peer review.
I'll give you an
But
example.
you cannot.
I'll give you an
You
example.
cannot.
It's very
You
easy.
cannot
What?
say that this was peer review.
It's peer review, okay?
Okay, thank
So let me tell you how this is peer review, okay? And it's on the lack of review from the government, okay? If the census come out there and it says and brings some numbers like there's nothing we did a census in the United States and there's only Hispanic people. How many blacks? 0. How many white people? 0. Who's gonna argue that if nobody on the census argue those numbers? The Congress, you know, the Senate. They're gonna be like arguing that number. Makes no sense because the census is, you know, it's an organization. So
because it says 18% and the fact that there was no argument, it makes it true. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
yeah, because if it was
Okay.
if there's a point to be argued here, people that are in position to argue that point will make that point.
Okay. So
I mean, are
So-
you okay
so when
with those
slavery
numbers, or
happened-
you disagree with
so
those
when
numbers?
slavery happened and when Willie Lynch, no, I'm cool. I just want to know what you
When slavery
Oh my
happened.
gosh,
Let's
how
talk
do we
about-
get to slavery and Willie
hold
Lynch?
on.
Let's go
When
slavery.
there's literally a law about how to raise black people, no one really argued about it. So that made it okay. Is that what you're telling me? Because the fact
That's
that no one's
incorrect,
speaking
Diesel.
about it.
That's incorrect what you're saying right there.
You're
Many people
looking
were
at
against
stuff
many
like
people
that
were
through
against
the eyes of today.
slavery.
Say again.
Many people were against slavery.
Yes, they're called abolitionists.
Okay.
What's the point?
So the point is just because no one said, hey, recount the 18%, you're calling it a fact then.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you go
Got it.
vote. When
Got
you
it.
go vote.
Got it.
When I go vote, if I go vote for the president, if the person who loses the election didn't think that the numbers are correct, they will appeal to the electoral college, to the electoral whatever organization. You know, if they don't agree with those numbers, but so far nobody have disagreed with the numbers from the census. You know, but I mean, that's what I think. The number to
So
call
when
is
you disagree with something-
520-261-7246. Again, it's over there on the right corner, 520-261-7246.
So when you disagree with something, that's when the peer review must come in.
No. No.
Tell me.
So the
'Cause you
peer
literally
review.
said-
So let's say that
A peer review is like a second
I
opinion.
know what a peer review, but it's a second opinion with that person in that profession.
it's not a second opinion. It's not a second opinion, guys.
So I know
A
what it is.
peer review.
It's like a second
Okay, Lisa. Yeah, that's how you go cover your tracks. So a peer review, when I do if somebody does
I
a
have to
study,
use peer
like in
reviews
my
as part of
case,
my job.
so it cannot be called a second opinion. A peer review is somebody that outside your own views and whatever verify your work and determine if your work is legit or no.
Okay.
It doesn't have to agree with you.
So was it George Floyd?
I thought we were talking
Wait.
about slavery. Are we going back to slavery?
We could go back to slavery.
Because
No,
let me
you
tell you
guys are
something. You
all
know,
over the
because
map.
you know where we started with all this slavery thing.
She's talking about cadaver dog. I don't know what the hell she's talking
We
about.
started with slavery, okay, way before
That
America.
conversation's long been over.
We started with slavery with the Portuguese invasion, okay? Not
Right.
500, but 1,500 years ago, you know?
Right.
And then guess what? And then
I'm
America
pretty sure
is so
slavery
great.
started before the Portuguese invasion.
So when it started, Lisa? Come on, refresh my memory.
It started with civilization.
So okay, so
the very
why?
first civilization.
So
It's
why?
a part of civilization.
We live in America. We live in America where a white man can be called, can decide to be whatever, you know, because I mean, whatever he can be, he can decide to be an alien. Did I say white man? No. We're living in. I'm sorry. Let me
Caucasian.
rephrase.
Caucasian.
No, it's not about color. We're living in a time where anybody, male or female, can decide that from tomorrow on, they want to be identified as an alligator. You know.
Okay,
And
I
I
can
have to
understand
address them as an alligator, crocodile. You know, crocodile.
Raw.
You know, raw. You know, and that's the time. You know, we're living in a time where when I never had slave have to pay money to somebody who is claiming how you call that, reparations, who's never been a slave. So I'm like,
I am so lost. I have ADHD and I cannot follow this conversation. What are y'all talking about?
one second. So these right here, because we staying on topic. So these right here,
We're talking about cadaver dogs.
so this right here is a Raspberry Pi, and we use this to make computers.
I got you.
I don't know where we are, Lisa. The same point, man.
Yeah, we're lost. Okay, so no, all right.
What do you mean?
All I want to say is sometimes, all right, based off of when I speak to you all, when you choose to accept something for fact, it's based off your bias. And I must say that. When it came out that it was 18%, oh yeah, 18%. You ain't double check it, you ain't fact check it, you ain't try to ask for no peer review of it. You was like, well, that's it, that's what it is. So why not do that to everything?
I think is you know, the point that you're bringing is correct, but the point you're bringing was correct last year, at the beginning of last year. And if we continue the trend like we were going last year with 1,000 deaths of 1 second. Hey, just give me 1 second and I'll pull you through. If we stay you know, with the same trend that we have from last year, where 1,000 Black American babies were killed every day, 1,000. Okay. I mean, I really think that the number is going to be very, very different in 2020. Okay.
I agree.
You know,
but you also have to agree that your guys are biased. There's certain things that you won't fact check. There's certain things that you won't even entertain on talking about because you don't want to know the truth.
I agree. I don't fact check the memes I post on
Who's
Facebook.
Who's gonna fact check the census?
But
I do not have their papers of every box that somebody checked. That's not something I can fact check. So why bother?
I got a caller on the line.
So I'm gonna go.
You don't fact check it because you don't want.
You can't fact check.
What the hell you talking
about?
1 second. You can fact check anything in the government.
Okay, one second.
You cannot
So
fact check
guys, 1 second. We have a caller on the line.
The data.
And I believe it's Philly Product Gaming. What's going on, Philip? Hey,
I can only hear you. I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Or
this is Philip, yeah?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the
It's
other.
Philly.
Yep.
Hey, Philip, what's going on, man?
Okay, I can hear y'all. All right.
Hey, do you wanna join the conversation? Do you wanna have a couple minutes? You know, do you wanna express yourself, or you wanna go dive, you know, deep into battle, because we got some people here that will battle all day long. What do you think?
Either way is fine with me. I was
okay.
Some of this conversation. A little bit of it was a little confusing because y'all definitely flipped from cadaver dogs to slavery to something else. But I heard y'all specifically talking about the what y'all. For me, if we're gonna go into an argument, I do appreciate what Diesel just said. Like, he needs to figure figure out how does he win, which is like what do y'all consider proof. So with this whole thing about the statistics and the like if you see a paper and like what you gonna need, like that's why I was asking, like, do you consider the federal government, if they come out with a report, would that be good enough proof? Or like would you need like some colleges like maybe Oxford or Duke or something like that, because they've also come out with a lot of, there's a lot of papers, like if you just, I just put in the Google search because I also watched that video that Diesel watched earlier, and I put in the Google search for jury percentages of convicting black felons or convicting black people, and there's like a 16% difference. And this has been reviewed by Oxford, this has been reviewed by Duke, this has been reviewed by the government. So there's multiple sources that have all said the same thing.
So let me ask you something: is this being reviewed by people on government? Is this being reviewed by let's call Democrats or Republicans?
Because I don't what I saw was, I think it was an FBI thing. So
because this is the reason. This is the reason why we put people on places of power, on places of where they can change policy. But I mean, let me tell you. So what's the point? You tell me.
My point was that to me I take most things for what they are. I do believe in a certain level of in DC they call them think tanks and whatnot, in which like there is a certain corporate people who come down there who are spreading misinformation on purpose, basically to make themselves a buck. A lot of lobbyists do that and stuff like that. So I do believe that those are things. But I mean, if I see something that seems like it's true, and then there's numbers behind it to say that it's true, I mean, it was not really far fetched for me to believe that this is a real thing. That there's a reason why when we see all these high profile cases, there's almost always a complete white jury, and a lot of these cops seem to get off, or a lot of these black people seem to get put in prison for. We already know that there's a bunch of statistics that already say that black people and white people don't get convicted for drug possession at the same rate. So that's been something that we've been heard beating. Like I've heard the drum beating on that for years.
Can I ask a question? Are you do you vote Republican or do you vote Democrat?
I'm personally I'm an independent. Now, unfortunately,
everybody says
sometimes
that
I have to vote Democrat.
Okay.
But I definitely do not like the Democrats.
So let me ask you: have you wrote to your representative about this issue?
Oh my gosh.
No, because
it's not an issue.
Plan on running for.
1 second, Lisa.
I plan on being. I plan on actually running for. I want to be a representative for my district.
Oh.
I plan on buying a house within like the next year or so, and wherever I buy the house at, I'm going to start running. I've had this conversation with Diesel before too, but like I don't like local politics, and I don't like that basically nobody doesn't know anything about who the fuck does anything around here. Or I live in Philadelphia, so since no one knows anything, I was like, you know what, maybe I could take advantage. And all these people are old, so.
So you're mentioning right here that you're planning on running for for a seat on your local government, whatever the case may be. And I'm going to ask you a question. I mentioned earlier today that 1,000 babies, Black Americans, 1,000 babies, Black Americans are killed every day on the hands of Planned Parenthood. What is your position on that, for the record?
Hold on. First of all, where are you getting that stat from?
I know that Planned Parenthood provides a lot of other things. So to me, Planned Parenthood is a baby out with the bathwater situation. So I do not appreciate that that's what they do. But however, I'm not going to put all the blame on people. I like self-accountability. If these people are going out here and getting pregnant, I don't want a bunch of I'm just be real with you. I don't want a bunch of people growing up in neighborhoods in which their parents can't feed them and their parents can't clothe them, and then they come out here and they got to be hoodlums or they got to be fucking robbing or stealing. I don't want to put people into the cycle that are going to then start extracting fucking resources out of the community because they're not going to put them back in, and then they're just going to go straight into the prison pipeline. So why do that? If these parents thought enough in their head that they weren't good.
So what you're saying is that you're okay
then
with that? What you're saying with that is that you're okay with that?
I personally, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'd rather.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
I'd rather. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. I'd rather just simply not have
If
to. Deal
if that's your position in policy, that's all I need to know.
Well,
So,
I'm also.
Philly,
Mhm.
Philly.
Yeah, I'm listening. Mhm.
So the jury thing is a non-issue, regardless of what the statistics says, because the defendant picks the jury. You understand? So if Black people are getting put away by the jury that they pick, then they probably need to be better at picking a jury.
No. Your lawyer picks the jury. You don't pick anything.
Who hires
The only person
who hires the lawyer?
No one hires the lawyer. You get a public defendant.
You get a public
Unless you got
defender.
money.
Everybody gets a public defender.
Okay. Yes. Do you want the statistics on that?
And if you don't like your
money,
public defender, you can go get your own criminal attorney. You know that, right? There are choices in America.
If you don't like it,
there are choices. You have rights.
Hold on. Would you say? I'm sorry.
There's also there. You have choices and you have rights. And by the way, if you don't like a juror, the attorney works on behalf of you. So if you don't agree with the attorney, then you can fire the attorney, let the judge know that there's some issues, and let.
This is like the whole bill issue.
You can get one appointed. You can get another. No, you can get another appointed to you. Absolutely. You notify the judge of the issue. Yes, you can, and I know that for a fact because my uncle had like 5 in his time that it took for him to be convicted.
I was not about to say that. But the thing is, this is why I
yes, you can. You notify the judge and you say, Judge, we got beef. We ain't working out, and the judge will give you a new attorney. Yes. If they're being convicted, then they need to be better pickers.
No. Listen, what you're saying, it might. I'm gonna just go with you. I'm gonna go with your example and everything. So let's say you got like a really quote unquote racist or whatever guy, or a guy who doesn't seem like he cares. It doesn't matter, because if you get another public defender that also doesn't care or don't understand anything or isn't really trying, these people are all looking at their conviction rate.
So you're making the assumption that all public defenders are horrible and they don't care.
If all public defenders weren't horrible,
that's what you're saying.
No, I am definitely making that, because if all public defenders weren't horrible, then lawyers wouldn't get paid as much as they got paid, because then they would just use the public service and that's all they would do. People wouldn't decide to go out and outsource. There's a reason why
that's not a fact. That's your assumption.
No,
that's not a fact. That is not a fact that all public defenders are bad at their job. That is an opinion. That is a straight up and down opinion.
So then why? So why is there a market for it? Why would you? There
market for public defenders?
Yes. No. There isn't a market for. I'm talking about there's a market for lawyers. Lawyers get paid such exorbitant fees because other people are better. That when you have a hierarchy and stuff, you start to pay the people at the top the most. So if all public defenders were good, or if public defenders were winning cases at the same rate that private lawyers were, why would people decide to spend money on private lawyers?
Do you know that some public defenders just want to fight for the little guy? That they're quite vulnerable.
So how does that answer the question?
And what you're saying, and what you're saying. So all public defenders are bad at their job and they're racist.
No, but how is that?
That is an opinion. That's not a fact. That is not a fact.
No.
So why did George Floyd's family pay for a different person to do the examination?
That is a personal injury attorney,
Forgetting
not a criminal attorney.
forgetting all
Next
of
question.
that. All of that.
I just
I'm
asked, why
talking
did
about-
he pay?
I'm
Why
talking
did the
about-
family pay for somebody
no.
different? Then?
You're talking about an
talking about-
apple, and I'm over here talking about an orange.
No, it's not different.
Exactly.
It's not
So
different. You
I
know
don't
why?
wanna-
Yes,
hold
it
on.
is different.
Hold
That
on,
is
hold
not
on.
a criminal
Hold on.
attorney.
I'm gonna tell you
George
why.
Floyd's
I'm gonna tell
family
you why
would
it's not
hire a
different.
criminal
I'm gonna
attorney.
tell you why it's not different. Okay.
It's not a
I'm
criminal
gonna tell you why it's
attorney.
not different. Okay. And a lot of times y'all sit here and say, "Oh, it's personal opinion." Ricky just said 1,000 black people are
I just
dying
said
from
a personal injury attorney.
He
is not a
literally just
criminal
said
attorney.
1,000 people are dying from
I don't care what he
parenthood.
said. I'm talking about what I
1,000
said.
babies.
That's
Those
what
are
he
the
said.
abortions. That's what
That's what he
abortions.
said. The
I send the
abortions.
link.
We're talking
I
about
put
what
the
I
link
said.
on the
A
description.
criminal
Where's the
attorney
statistics
is
in
not
that?
the same.
I just
as a
put the
personal
link on the
injury
description.
attorney.
And then, okay, so I'm gonna look at the link. Then she's talking about
Okay,
what
a
he's
criminal
saying.
attorney
He
is
never
not the
said
same as
absolute.
a personal
He
injury
never
attorney.
said absolutes. You're living on absolutes.
Yes,
You're
he did.
saying-
I even
you're
asked him to
saying-
clarify, and he
But
said
he's
yes.
not saying
No. I'm
absolutes.
asking. No.
He's not
Yes,
saying
hold on,
absolutes.
hold on. I
I
just
even
wanna make
asked you to
sure-
clarify, and you said yes.
It's not absolutes.
No. What I
Yes, he
so
did.
let me make
yes,
sure this is
I even
painfully
asked
clear.
him to
This is
clarify, and
painfully-
he said yes.
What did he say? Tell me
I
what
know,
he
and
said since he
this is
clarified.
clear in every.
He said yes.
This is
What? Yes on what?
No, I did not say everybody was racist.
Okay.
I did not say
Specifically-
everyone was racist.
Thank you.
I specifically
I was
asked you, are you saying that
Mhm.
all public defenders are bad at their job? You said yes.
He did say yes.
Okay, let's okay. I'm not gonna say all because I didn't realize that we were operating as such though at the 100%. No, not everybody everywhere is bad at their job.
That's
Yes,
what
there's
all
a few good ones.
is.
Hey, Philly,
You're
Philly.
right. I
Let me
apologize.
let me say something real quick, and I
was
know
wrong
I
for
know that you got a couple things dealing with, okay? But I mean, I just want to summarize a couple of the things that me as a part of the panel here has seen based on your on what you're talking the issues that you're addressing here. But and I know I'm pretty sure that when you run for I will correct me if I'm wrong, you will run as a Democrat. Is that correct? Or will you run as an independent?
More than likely, I would like to run as an independent, but I don't know how my literal my very small community would or my ward how they would take it if I was to run independent. So if I have to run as a Democrat, I probably would.
So this is what I've seen so far on the talks that you've been having with the group, is that you support Planned Parenthood, which is your opinion, and you're right.
Yeah.
You believe that lawyers' fees are too high. Any independent lawyers.
No.
You also you mentioned it.
Too high.
You say it's exorbitant.
Because I was mentioning.
You say that
I was mentioning it in order to prove that there's a reason. And this is with all industries. Every industry has a private industry because there's people who do that job better. There's a reason why there's professional basketball players. There's a reason why there's specialists that are doctors. We don't decide to have, I need my appendix removed. Let me just go down to the local hospital and just get anybody.
Okay, but I mean, but it doesn't change the fact that you mentioned that their fees were too high, and you say exorbitant. Okay, then the next thing was that you believe that all public defenders are bad at their job and they're racist. And I want you to come back at those things.
I was saying that they were bad, but I didn't think they're racist. Because some of public defenders are black, some public defenders are Puerto Rican. Like, you can be I'm not saying, you can be of any race and be a public defender. I was not saying that they're racist. I was saying, though, that they were bad. In my opinion, the majority of public defenders are bad. I'm not saying that they're racist in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to bring race into this at all, because you can have a black public defender that gives just as many shits about you as a white public defender.
Okay.
And what are you basing that on? What are you basing that on? Word on the street?
I'm that's what about that. No. Because
what are you
I'm
basing that on?
Off of the Duke University. Hold on. Let me just pull it directly up. There is Duke University had a whole study talking about. Oh no, that was the jury pools and the convicting of black defenders. My bad. There is. I'm a definitely make sure I'm ready next time I have this conversation. But there was if public defenders don't win cases at the same rate that private defenders win, does that automatically make my point right?
No. because every
okay.
case
So
is
then,
different.
even if
Every case is different.
even if they
Circumstances
lose,
are different.
so if public defenders lose cases at a higher rate than private attorneys, they still can't be considered bad. What is it? What
No,
will it take for me to convince?
because a private firm can choose whether they want to take a case or not, right? They may choose not to take the case because they know it's a loser. And so therefore the person is just by default stuck with the public defender.
Okay, so
Yeah, I can agree with that.
if
I can agree with
by,
that.
so if by default you have a case that's a non-winner, and if by default you continue to come into work and you keep seeing cases like this over the course of your years working as a public defender, do you think that that could have any type of effect on them continuing to do their job with the same level as enthusiasm as someone who only
That
normally
would be
pick
you
winners?
asking my opinion, not a
This
fact.
is an
So,
opinion.
question.
This is me asking you an opinion. This is me asking you an
Hold on,
opinion. I'm
Philly.
not using a fact right here.
That's an opinion, not a fact.
So if
This is
if a public
I'm asking you
defender,
your opinion, Lisa.
yeah, hold on. Before we get to the opinion, if a public defender has his rates are horrible, meaning he's losing all the cases, would that not affect him in the future? Is that what you're saying, Lisa? That it will not affect him?
Yeah.
What do you mean affect him in the future? Be more
The fact that you
specific. That's
said
very
by
vague.
default people get public they get the public lawyer, right? Because they can't afford the private, and by default, and the default public lawyer has no choice but to take this case. So is he given a handicap by by when when he has to get looked at for different positions as like a DA position? Does he get a handicap and say, "Oh, well, you're a public defender, so we understand why
I've
you
never
took
worked in
50%
HR
of
for
the
any
losses"?
municipality, so I do not know the answer to that question.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, one thing that I'm looking at here is that we are, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're assuming that all these crimes are being committed by Black Americans, and then they don't have the means to support themselves or to get an attorney. And this is my point right here. I think this is the reason why this is a big issue, and it's because and I'm looking at the FBI stats right here, and it says that 13% of Americans who happens to be Black Americans, commit 52.6% of the crimes, and we're talking about murder and manslaughter.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think that we should address that issue before we start talking about, hey, why the poor guy that committing manslaughter and murder are going to jail because they don't get represented well on the court system.
But however, I agree with what you're saying to an extent. If we're talking about violent crimes, then I guess we're in a different bracket. But we already know that that Black Americans are disproportionately targeted of simply drug charges. So if we already see that these drug charges are putting more people behind bars than they do, it's unequally between African Americans and white Americans, then it's like you're setting people up for failure. So now you get a drug charge, and now you can't get a job when you get out. So now you continue down the life of crime. For me, it's
don't Trump did something called the second chance or something? Are we grateful about that?
Personally, I'm gonna tell you my personal opinion. I actually don't mind a lot of things that Trump does. I actually do not really care much for him. I don't really even like fighting. Like as I said, I've been
Trump 2020, baby.
I was having the same conversation with a couple of my guys. I said I don't know if he's going to win now because I feel like this coronavirus thing might have lessened his chances. But I think before Corona, he had an extremely high chance of winning. I don't know where he at now with it, and I don't know how the certain states that are swing states. I don't know how they feel about him. I haven't been following that.
Will you vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? For somebody who say to a radio host, if you're voting for me, you're in black. Will you vote? Will you give your vote to somebody?
No, I had this argument with all my boys a couple times. I do not like Joe Biden. I actually was on the train of almost anybody except Joe Biden. My pick, the person who I like the most is Andrew Yang. That was who I liked. He was the only person
Oh yeah,
talking
he
about
was
issues
good.
and talking about real
Hmm.
solutions. But nobody else didn't want that. People didn't vote him in. And even if it wasn't him, I was cool with Bernie Sanders. But since
No, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. It should have been Gabbard Yang. It should have been Gabbard Yang.
It could have been any of those three people. I would have been fine with. I honestly would have been fine with Mayor Pete over with the song. I don't like Biden. I feel like he's starting to lose his mind. I'm not saying he's lost it now or anything, but I do not think over the next 4 years he's going to be in a healthy state to be president.
Philip, something that I came across a lot with people
His name is Philly.
that I talk to.
Philly.
Something that I come across all the time when I talk to other people outside this that are either Hispanics or Black Americans. You know what they say to me is they say that they might be dumb, but they have good memory. And they say, I'm not going to vote for somebody who say that I'm not Black, or I'm not going to vote for somebody who is a racist. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So hold up. If you're saying that, like I said, the whole last year, Trump was racist.
What? Give me examples.
What about the memory? What about the memory? We're talking about memory.
Give me some examples.
Okay, let's talk about Charlottesville.
What about it?
What about it? You're going the wrong hole, buddy.
Do we not remember Charlottesville?
Yeah, I remember Charlottesville.
Okay, do we not remember him stating that the KKK or whoever they were good people?
He said good people on both sides.
Bro, you
I'm pretty sure he was referring to both sides being able to.
You're looking at CNN, man.
Hey, hold on. How do you know what he was referring to? That sounds like your personal opinion.
It's not my personal opinion. It's just that I actually watched the press conference and I can understand context.
Oh, if you can understand context, so what did he say? Tell me what he said then.
He said that there were good people on both sides. That's what he said.
And that refers to who?
As in, there were people peacefully protesting on both sides.
I got the
KKK the KKK was peacefully protesting. That is correct. They were.
We got the video, man. I think that the only person
the KKK was peacefully protesting. They were.
I mean,
they had tiki. They had little tiki torches. They were walking. They were talking. They were peacefully protesting.
But in addition to that, Donald Trump has deemed the KKK as a terrorist group, okay, and they are on everybody's list as a terrorist group. So I don't know which CNN video you watched a couple times.
Okay, so before you guys try to run this, Trump was not perceived as a racist in America. Please do your research and look back. I literally just said.
I didn't say that.
A year ago, just a year ago, the narrative was Trump is a racist. That's what I said.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
I didn't object to that.
And we're talking about, and we're literally talking about, but that was an example. That was one example.
Donald Trump. This is the point that I'm gonna make to you, and hopefully to everybody right here. We're talking about the same guy who received an NAACP medal next to Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. This is the same guy who was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is the same guy that Snoop Doggy Dogg talk about it. I want to be like Donald Trump all the time.
Hey, hold up.
This is the same guy.
I'm not saying
this is the same guy with a Black girlfriend.
I'm not saying. First of all, just because you got a Black girlfriend, don't make you racist. That not racist. All right. But what I'm saying is, this is what I'm not saying. You literally said that we may be stupid, whatever you said, but we remember, okay? The narrative was Trump was racist, but a year ago, and now we don't remember. That's all I'm saying.
Because it's not a fact.
Nobody's saying that, but you're the only one that's saying that nobody remembers how people perceived him. What we're saying is we don't agree with the perception.
Okay, so what I'm saying
that's what we're saying. We don't agree with the perception.
Okay, so if you don't agree with the perception of how he was viewed, but a year ago, how can we agree with the perception of how Biden is being viewed right now. Because what I'm saying, when you put race into something, is very fickle. It doesn't, like, today he's racist, tomorrow he's not. Like, that's what I can't lean on when you're talking about racism.
Biden has actually said very racist things, like even on the Senate floor.
Okay.
Like on the Senate floor, he's calling black
Trump has also
youth
said things
savages.
But Trump has also said racist things. Trump has also said
Like
racist
what?
things.
Give me an example. Give me an example.
He just
Tell me you don't
had
know.
a text about Mexican people doing something, and then he just go, "Oh, Mexicans keep telling us are rapists and
He
witch-a-coms."
said so. First of all, it was
Did you
a
not-
press
Did you
conference.
just?
It was a press conference about crime. Okay, and somebody asked him very specifically about criminals coming across the border. He was addressing that very specific question. He wasn't saying that all Hispanics coming across the border are criminals. It was a conference about crime coming across
All right,
the
here we
border.
go. Here we go. I'm gonna
It was
quote
very specific.
the
It was
total
very
and complete
specific.
shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. That's one. Okay.
No.
I am the least racist person.
No, that is not even a complete. That is not even a complete sentence. What
Laziness is the trait. Laziness is a trait in
So you're
blacks.
not going to even clarify that.
I'm gonna.
Okay, so then I'll just have to.
Here we go. Here we go. I have black guys.
I'll find the complete quote.
I have black guys counting money. I hate it. Trump told John R. O'Donnell, the former president of Trump
Where
Plaza
are you getting this from?
Hotel.
Where are you
This
getting
is
this
from Politico.eu.
Put it in.
Political.eu.
Put it in the.
Trust me,
chat
it will be there.
so
It
that
will
I
be
can
in the
pull it
chat.
up.
It will be in the chat.
Can it be there now so that I can pull it up?
Because
while
I'm
we're
going
on
to
air,
say my
so that I
point
can
first,
clarify
and
things
then it could be in the
while
chat.
we're on air.
Here we go. Trump. This is
You
number
could be
7.
saying your point while I'm reading.
They're rapists. Some, I assume, are good people. Trump kicked off his presidential campaign on June 16th from Trump Tower in Manhattan and immediately touched off of a fury with comments about immigration. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. Okay, they're not. Okay,
Do you
they're
disagree
sending
to that?
people.
That is actually true.
Do you disagree to that?
Hold on. They're sending people
That
that
is
have lots of
true.
problems.
Yes,
And they're bringing
that's
those
a fact.
problems with us.
Do you?
They're bringing
Yes,
drugs.
they are.
They're bringing
Sorry
crime.
that the truth
To
hurts.
be fair, Mexico
Yes, they
isn't
are.
sending anybody.
Those
Else
are
is
all
coming over
They're
true.
bringing
illegally.
drugs. They're bringing crime.
Yes.
They're bringing
Yeah.
rapists. And some,
Yeah.
I assume, are good people.
Yes.
So do you think that's a fact
all
or
of
that's
that
not a
was
fact?
true.
You tell me where it's a fact. You tell me statistically where that's a
all
fact.
of that.
Because that
All of
shows
that is true.
where. So when
No,
you so
all you
I
so
want to say it's not
All
true
you have to
because
do is.
no. If you want to hit,
It is true because I live down at the border, and I'm gonna say that right now.
everybody
No,
from
no, no,
Mexico,
no, no, no,
I
no, no,
everybody
no, no,
that's
no,
from
I
Mexico,
live
y'all here
down
in the
the
chat, right?
Mexico-
Everyone
He-
who's coming
he
from
didn't
Mexico.
say everybody.
People,
He didn't say everybody. He did
literally
not say
said.
everybody.
He literally
means
said
No, he
didn't
did not
exclude.
say
He
the
said
word everybody.
when
He
Mexico.
never said everybody.
Hey guys,
He
one
even
second,
said-
guys. One second,
He
guys.
even said some.
One second, please. You know, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but we sound like dogs barking in a park. Yeah. So
As long as that could be the Akita.
But I'm
They have
reading the
Akita.
quote.
I
I'm
mean,
reading the
these-
quote, and
these are-
she's telling me what the quote is.
this
not
is the thing. I
He
mean,
didn't say-
if we
Because he did. You read it and you still can't understand what he said.
It says
He never
when
said
Mexico sends its people.
Yes, but what did he end with?
What else?
What did he end with?
No.
What did he end with?
What does it
What
say
was
when
the
Mexico?
last part of the quote?
Okay,
What
here, hey
was the
Philly,
last part of the quote?
Here we go, Philly. I'm gonna
What
break
was
down.
the
I'm gonna
last
do.
part of the quote?
I'm gonna
Can
do.
somebody
I'm gonna
please
do a
repeat
deep
the
dive.
last part of the
okay?
quote?
I'm gonna do a deep
Okay,
dive.
so we're not going to repeat the
when
last part.
no, I will when it gets
Okay,
there.
cool.
When Mexico, right? That's a whole country.
Mhm.
Hold on, Philly. Can you
Mhm.
confirm that's a whole
Yep.
country? Can you peer review me, please?
I got it. You don't have to be a
No.
jackass.
I don't
I'm
need.
very well
Can,
aware
can you,
that
can you
Mexico
peer
is a
review
whole
me,
country.
Philly? Is Mexico a whole country?
Yes, Mexico.
It is a whole country.
So he's saying
Words that
this
I'm
is what
trying
he's
not
saying.
to say.
When Mexico sends its people,
Still haven't seen it in the chat, by the way.
so that is a ultimate. Is that some?
That is a true statement.
Does he say some? Does he say some there?
It is a true statement. Keep
Philly, let's
going.
Let's play devil advocate.
Keep going. I just wish you would fast forward your nonsense and get to the end. The end that you want to avoid to prove that you're wrong.
Let's play devil advocate.
Can you please just fast forward to the end to prove that you're wrong?
Let me replace Mexico with Africa. Let me replace Mexico.
Okay,
let me replace Mexico with Jamaica. Can we not? Can we not do that? Once I'm saying this is not.
No, can you just get on with it?
Okay.
Please.
So Philly,
God,
if I was to replace Mexico with a different country.
Oh my God.
Right?
If you don't fucking
does
move
that
on,
not say that whole country, right?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
He's referring to the government, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
He's referring to the government.
You're absolutely correct because it says the Mexico government.
He's referring to the government.
Yeah, you're right.
When Mexico, as in the Mexican government.
Yeah, it says the Mexico government here. No, it doesn't.
Legal immigration, that's not true.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that a piece of earth, a piece of earth is sending people?
Okay.
Because Mexico is a piece of earth. It's got borders. It's a piece of earth. The dirt is sending people. You want to be that ridiculous?
Hey, when Mexico sends their people.
You want to be that freaking ridiculous?
That's what it says.
It's referring to the government.
It's referring or he's what?
Exactly.
Okay. Gotcha. The piece of land, I got you.
Okay.
The piece of land sent people. Keep going, because I could be just as ridiculous.
What do you
guys
gotta say, Philly? What do you gotta say?
That's my point. If he's talking about legal immigration, if you have a felony, okay.
He's not talking about legal immigration.
You're not going to get that. But then why did he say Mexico? He should have said that illegal immigrants that come here are rape murderers.
It was a very specific question. That's what you're missing. You're missing the whole entire press conference.
Yeah, I think this is. I mean, I think we have spent way too much money in too much time in something that the president say. Okay, and we are. I think based on my point of view, we are not seeing the whole thing from the beginning all the way to the end. So I think that we should move on to the next topic.
We can't put it in the
Ricky,
chat.
you cannot say we're spending enough time on what the president's saying, but then we go and say what Joe Biden said. That's what I'm saying. You're saying Joe Biden's saying this.
I say exactly what he said.
And you did actually Joe Biden.
I didn't call Joe Biden. The media didn't call Joe Biden. Everybody saw him being racist as usual, calling Jesus the God, Charlemagne, whatever his name is. If you don't vote for me, you are not black.
What Trump said was not racist. That was actually the truth.
This interview was online. And like I said, when it aired, people took it as a
Do you know what it was about? Did you watch it?
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch it?
Can you listen? Can you listen? That's the thing. You know that, right?
Did you watch it?
Okay.
Did you watch it?
So apparently listening is not part of your vocabulary.
Apparently not watching it.
So
only
quick question. Lisa, did you watch the whole video? That's the question for you, Lisa. Did you watch the whole video?
I watched the press conference.
Okay. Diesel, did you watch the whole video?
I watched the whole press conference. Yes, I did.
So they're both. So let's agree to disagree.
Then how can you be having this argument?
Yeah.
Because if you watch the whole Charlemagne the God interview,
I did.
And how he said it. He didn't say it in the serious.
Are you gonna say he was joking? Don't say that, bro.
Was he not?
No, don't say that.
He has no right to joke like that. He has no right to joke like that. But
so I didn't ask if he had a right to joke like that.
He was very serious when he called young black people savages on the Senate floor. He wasn't joking about that.
Anybody defending that man on that comment?
I'm talking about Charlemagne the God interview. You're talking about
Cool. I'm
oranges.
talking about something
about
else.
apples.
He wasn't laughing about it.
Exactly.
He
No,
wasn't
we're
laughing about
talking
it.
You're
about
talking
Joe
about
Biden being
oranges.
racist. That's all the
You're
same
talking
thing.
about
No, we're
oranges.
talking about
I'm
Joe
talking
Biden
about
being
apples.
racist.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
We're
talking about
talking
one
about Joe
interview
Biden being
with
racist.
Okay, let's
Charlemagne
go
the
back.
God.
We're
Let's go back.
talking about Joe Biden
Okay.
being
Let's go
racist.
back to the caller. So,
Okay.
caller,
One
last
thing.
final thoughts before I let you go.
You talking to me?
Still
Yeah,
waiting for
you got 1 minute, brother.
It's
Go
in
ahead.
the YouTube.
Okay.
Like I said, open your eyes.
Cool.
You got
I
it.
just want. Can I just ask 2 questions? I just want to know: is everyone on the panel Christian? And is y'all Christian views would inform y'all on policy? And is that why y'all are more aligned with like more Republican views because y'all are Christian, or is that not even a thing?
No, please go ahead.
So he said, "Are you aligned with more public Republican views because you're Christian?" That's what he asking.
Oh, are you asking?
that's what
Is for everybody? The question is for everybody or just for me?
Yeah. This is for everybody on the panel because I was just wondering if everybody was Christian because I felt when we talked about the whole thing about Planned Parenthood and I hear that argument about Planned Parenthood being bad and abortion.
Okay.
Normally for Christians.
I can tell you. I mean, if I have 1 minute, I think I can tell you. Let me put my clock. I can tell you right now. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, my minute. So this is the reasons why I side with the Republican Party. First, they did not bring the Jim Crow laws. Okay, the Democrats did. Okay, they did not start slavery. Democrat did. They don't want Planned Parenthood to be killing over 1,000 babies every day. Democrats wants to. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in the patriarch structure of family. Democrats don't. I believe that the woman and the man should form a home. Democrats won't. That's pretty much. I believe on small government. Democrats don't. I am grateful I am grateful that President Trump before this COVID-19 gave us the lowest numbers on unemployment to blacks and Hispanics. Democrats didn't. I believe that the Republican president that we have right now cares about blacks and Hispanics because he has give us things when the Speaker of the House failed to close bills. That's Nancy Pelosi, the old lady. Those are the reasons why and many more. Some of the reasons why I side with the Republican Party.
So if you could find someone in the Democratic Party that align with your views, would you be willing to vote for them? I just wanted to make sure that this is like, I'm never voting for Democrats ever. I just want to make sure that your mind is definitely open to vote for someone who follows your views if there was to be someone. There's some Democrats that align with my views. I will say if a Democrat, if a Democrat and a Republican are running for Arizona, and both align with my views, they both have the same views, I will vote for the Republican to strengthen the Republican Party. Okay? If in Arizona, in Arizona, I have one Republican, one Democrat, and only the Democrats align with my views, not the Republican, I will not vote for him. Okay, all right. I just wanted to. I think that's when people are willing to be like that, I'm all for it. As long as people aren't just like I'm Republican to the day I die. I absolutely don't care what this person does because I remember a lot of Republicans was like, "Oh no, we're not on this Trump wagon. Trump doesn't align with our views. Trump aligns with a few things here and here, but he ain't all the way on board." And I just wanted to make sure that we just aren't like, "Hey, you know what? We're never ever willing to break any ground or break any bread across the aisle with the other person." Because I have some views that I just heard from you. I completely agree with the patriarchy. I don't like all the ways that the family unit is being attacked. I don't like I don't like some older Southern Democrats and the things that they've did. But I also can be like, yo, if you're doing something wrong on your side of the aisle, I'm willing to call it out. I'm willing to call out Democrats who do things wrong. I'm willing to call out Republicans who do things wrong. As long as everybody can do those things, then we cool.
You got it, bro. Welcome to the Republican Party, bro. We got you.
Nah, that's not where I'm going.
Hey man, it's been a pleasure to have you. I mean, you are super amazing.
Thank you,
Diesel, for inviting him. I'm pretty sure that he's one of your friends. And then we all grateful for having you here. So
thank you all for letting me on. Have a good one.
You too, sir.
You too. Okay, so the complete quote is a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what is going on. So Trump encouraging the Congress to do its job with respect to terrorists entering in our country.
So Muslims are terrorists?
How is that racist?
Are Muslims
the conversation terrorists? The conversation was surrounded around recent, well, at the time, attacks.
Are Muslims terrorists?
So please keep it in context. It was
I didn't
it's a question. around the time that this happened, the attacks were committed by Muslim people.
Those are the attacks on France, yes.
Does that mean all Muslims are terrorists? No.
So
you have to put it in context.
I'm putting
Don't
it in
just
context.
Pick and choose things.
I'm putting it in context.
You're not because it was referring to something very specific.
Farrakhan is a Muslim. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Farrakhan.
Yeah.
That guy is extreme.
Let me clear it up. Farrakhan is a Muslim.
Do you think?
Did you know that?
Hold on.
Muslim being Muslim is a what?
Do you
tell me what being Muslim is?
The Muslim population around the world agrees with the Nation of Islam.
Can you tell me what being Muslim is? Is it a people?
No.
Or is it a religion?
I guarantee they probably hate the Nation of Islam.
Is it a people or is it a religion? That's like saying we're going to go ahead and hold all Christians because that's the same thing. Is it a Muslim? All right. I understand where Trump is coming from, but you cannot say Muslims
I would say it depends
are
on
the issue.
No,
because that is a religion. That's like saying Jews are the issue. That is a religion. My gosh,
he was talking about something very specific. He was talking about something very specific, and his ban did include countries where the predominant group of people are Muslims. I mean, come on,
bro.
I think you're inventing Muslim race issues where they
no, I am
don't
not
exist.
Inventing anything. You literally said what
you're trying to say that he is racist. Because he wanted Congress to do their job.
So when you say, this is how you can tell. This is what you can tell what is a racist thing. If you can go ahead and swap it with another race and it doesn't really sound good in your ears, that's how you know it's wrong. So for example,
you can switch it. You can put anything in there and it doesn't sound racist.
For example. If I say I'm doing a ban on all Christian communities, what the hell are you talking about?
But what is it for? That's the part you're missing.
You're missing put it because they did. Okay, so tell me how many Christians. Tell me how many Christians have done
that part.
Tell me how many Christians have done terrorist attacks.
I'm sure that there's quite a few.
So let's do a ban on all the Christians that have done terrorist attacks.
He's talking about foreigners. Hold on.
What?
Because there's
foreigners?
I'm
a foreigner. I'm not from this country. So what is he talking about? I'm a foreigner.
Oh my.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Stay focused on the prize. He cannot do the same things that he can with foreigners that he can't do with Americans.
Lisa,
because the Americans are governed by the Constitution of the United States.
I understand what you're saying.
So do you see the difference? The difference?
The KKK is a Christian organization. Did you know that?
They claim to be a Christian organization.
No, I didn't ask you what they claim to be. I asked you.
Hey, Andrew, I got you one second.
But he can't put a ban on American citizens.
Okay.
So you're talking nonsense.
So we're
it's
going
not
to
a race thing.
But you said we're going to put a ban on Muslim. Say the quote again.
Because he's referring to foreigners. Again, you're missing the part about what the conversation was about. And that's the problem. That's why everybody thinks
I didn't miss it.
It's racist.
I did miss it.
Because if you're comparing it, no, you did miss it. Because you're talking about, well, why can't he do this to Americans? That's the part that you're missing. And that's how I know
say
you
Americans.
Don't understand.
I said Christians.
You do not understand.
See, when I say Christians, you automatically.
You said KKK.
No. I said the KKK.
KKK.
I said the KKK is a Christian organization.
And he cannot
I didn't just say that. I said, how many terrorist attacks have happened by Christians? There are Christians everywhere in the world. Do you know that, right?
You're bringing it up.
Do you know Christians are everywhere in the world, right?
Reason. Listen,
so do you
you're
not
bringing
know
up
Christians?
the KKK for no reason.
Guys,
you're bringing up the KKK
quick question.
for no reason.
We have
because the KKK
viewer.
aren't foreigners.
Okay.
We have a viewer.
I'm bringing up the KKK because Closer
They can't be
stated KKK is a Christian organization.
Okay.
So if we're having this conversation, right?
So the topic today was juries and why the blacks are so disproportionately taken down from those, but and we're moving into other topics, and that's okay. But I want to bring one of the comments from one of our viewers, Andrew Lesage. He mentioned, say his name, Canon Hinant, and he replied again, Canon Hinant. Do we have maybe 10 minutes so we can talk about this real quick? And I know the topic.
Diesel's being a blockhead.
I'm only being a blockhead because I'm going against what you say, and it's not right what you're saying. And half of the viewers are saying the same thing.
He can't ban the KKK.
So
but I'm not saying
ban the KKK.
I'm not saying ban the KKK. Ban all.
Why even bring them up?
So
why bring them up?
So the
it's
parents,
in the chat.
You can't do anything about it.
So it's in the chat.
No, he's not on the chat.
Yes, it is. It's in the chat.
No, I got only case closed enterprise. Oh, is that the same guy?
Yes, Closer. Yes.
What, he changed his name?
No, that's his. We call him Closer, but that's his real.
Okay.
Well, Closer, the KKK, he can't ban them. They're Americans. He's got to go by the Constitution. It's not the same thing.
So let's go. Let's focus on this situation that we have in our hands. Parents of the 5-year-old Canon Hinant say they want the death penalty for his killer.
I agree.
Lisa?
It's not. Yeah.
Do you agree with the death penalty for the killer of Canon Hinant?
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, so far, I've only heard that witnesses are small children. I need more information.
What?
Okay, that's your point.
I need more information on the case.
He shot a kid in the head. What more do you need?
He is innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, you're right.
This is America. We live in America. He is innocent until proven guilty.
This is the.
And so far, the only witnesses that I've heard of are small children.
No, she's not.
So I just need more information.
Let me tell you why.
All I'm saying is I need more information. I don't understand why is that so wrong to want more information.
She's holding every single topic to the same standard, you know?
Well, I agree with that.
You know? And then she's saying, KKK, they're Americans. They're terrorists, but they're Americans. I mean, and oh, well. Anyway, guys, are we ready to close the show?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? It's your show, Diesel. Today's your show.
So, hey, in conclusion, right?
No, 1 second. You got the last word.
All right. Okay.
So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. It's been amazing to have you guys on the chat. Everybody that was there that contributed, thank you so much. And Andrew Lasaga, one more time, Canon Hinant. So, thank you so much for the comments. Lisa.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and hope you guys come back on Wednesday and share the link with your friends.
Definitely. Yep. Oh,
Diesel.
Hey, definitely like, subscribe, and share. It was a heated conversation today. But we like to hold each other accountable. So like to argue, we like to hold each other accountable. So just we put the facts inside the chat. Just go ahead and look at it on your own leisure. And you go ahead and make your own opinion on what you see. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in.